So when it comes to playing the Tibetan singing bowls, it's a really good way to start a treatment after you've done the diagnosis, because it's a great way to enable your client to relax fully and completely, and in that relaxation we can trigger a relaxation response that counters any stress that might be building up. And with stress there are so many conditions, physical and emotional conditions that people experience that can be quite troubling. And so being able to easily enter a state of relaxation with these sounds and the vibrations of the Tibetan bowls is a wonderful way to start a session. And so I'm going to demonstrate how to give a session using a number of bowls, and in fact with this layout we've got 6 bowls, and not everyone's got 6 bowls, so you don't have to have all of these bowls to be able to do this, and in fact you can do the whole session just with 1 bowl very easily, and we'll demonstrate that as we go along as well. But this is a lovely way to start if you've got a number of bowls. And so what we've got is I'm not going to worry too much about the different notes that we're using here, but essentially we're just going to focus on different sizes and rough tones. So we've got a large low bowl here down at the feet as a grounding kind of sound. And then what we'll do is we'll place, and we'll do this a bit more fully, I'm just describing essentially what we'll do. We'll place another slightly smaller bowl, but also quite large on the abdominal area. And then we can place another bowl that's slightly smaller again on the heart. Okay, and then we have a number of smaller bowls around the head, and so these are of a higher pitch and are very good for raising the energy and raising the frequency and creating a lovely balance around the head area. And if we can play on both sides, then we can get a whole brain synchronization going. And what we can do also with one of these bowls, a smaller bowl in particular, is to place it on a hand. Okay, so I'm going to place it on a hand over here, and then as we're playing through the session we can place it on there and tap it and create some lovely vibrations, and it creates a wonderful form of relaxation. But what we know is that in the palm of our hands is regarded as being a minor chakra. So by placing the bowl there, we're stimulating that and helping to balance that. And also what we know is that at the ends, roughly on the ends of the fingers, are the beginnings or endings of a whole series of meridian energy lines. And so by playing a bowl on the end of the fingers like this, we can also be stimulating or balancing those meridian energy lines. So the hand is a great place to work, and we can do a similar thing with the feet, and we'll demonstrate how to do that as well as we go along. So what I find is a great way to start is that, of course, we can play these bowls with a variety of different wands, and generally we match a larger bowl with a larger wand, and so we can play them by tapping around nearly at the top of the surface here. Of course you can experiment with different places and they all create different sounds, but to get the real resonant quality it's good to play just below the rim with a glancing stroke like this. And of course they can also be played around the rim as well to get them singing. But for now, in this part of the treatment, in this part of the session, I'm just going to use a mallet to tap them. And what we'll be doing is doing a slow rhythmic tapping of the bowls, and then allowing for the vibrations, the sound vibrations, the audible sound vibrations, as well as the physical sound vibrations, to create this relaxation response. So I'm going to place them on the body now. Of course, we have to remember about the contraindicators of Tibetan bowls and most sound therapy instruments. So if a woman is pregnant, then you don't place the bowls on the body. Or if she's hoping to become pregnant, then again, we don't do this. If the person has a pacemaker, then you don't place it on the body as well, pacemaker around the heart. If they've got metal implants in any way, then generally you don't place the bowls on the body or close to those places either. But I think in this case we're okay. I'll just check. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. So as we start this session, just taking a moment just to calm, become more relaxed, synchronize my breathing with the client's breathing. So it's a kind of a sense of a connection building up. And we can invite the client to maybe bring into their mind an intention for healing, for change, or transformation that we can activate with the sounds. So I'd envisage myself and the client being surrounded by this warm, vibrant, pink light energy, the energy of loving kindness and compassion, healing. Good. I'll activate the intention for me to create the sounds and the vibrations that are most healing and appropriate for the client. So as a general rule, as a general guide, it's good to allow about 10 seconds in between each strike of the bowl, just to allow the sounds and the vibrations to emerge fully. And we can open up each bowl with 3 taps initially. That's good. So we'll just go back down to the low one again. So we can play each of these bowls for a minute or two, and then moving up slowly. So a lot of people, particularly in our so-called developed countries, are quite heady and ungrounded. So starting like this just helps to ground them, helps to bring the energy down. Starts to trigger the relaxation. So keeping it at this pace is also very calming and relaxing, having this length of time in between each stroke. Now these Tibetan bowls have a range of frequencies, and they usually have a very low fundamental one, particularly slightly bigger bowls. And so that low fundamental frequency is going to be picked up, but it's then directly transmitted in the body throughout this connective tissue, and will travel almost instantaneously throughout the body, rejuvenating all the cells, going to where it's needed. So we don't need to be creating very loud sounds Just gentle taps is fine. So it's a very simple way to play bowls. It's a very effective way as well. So when it comes to playing the bowls, these higher, smaller bowls around the head, it's a good idea not to tap it too close to the ears, because that could be a bit jarring in this comfort, this relaxed state the client's in. So just moving it in quietly, gently like this is a good way. And now I'm going to place it on a hand over here. So I'm just going to support the hand with my hand as well. Just allowing the fingers to relax. That's good, just in the palm. That's great. Good. So I'm just going to take the balls off now. And then we'll just finish by grounding with holding the ankles and the feet.